In previous lecture, we have discussed about rocks. What are actually different types of rocks that are important in terms of paleontology? There were basically three different types of rocks. We have actually studied that were igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and metamorphic rocks. All these three types of rocks are most commonly studied types of rocks. They have further subtypes, and today we will discuss about rock cycle and what is actually significance of rocks or how these rocks are actually important for us. So first of all, what is a rock cycle? Rock cycle is actually the kind of process in which the conversion of different types of rocks is actually happening. So we can say it is a process into another type, that is called as rock cycle, or we can define this process as the transformation. It is actually a type of transformational process that is involving the transformation of one type of rock into another, that is a rock cycle. So we can say the rock cycle or the process of rock formation is a kind of process in which these rocks are constantly interconverted. They are interchanged from one type to another, when they are buried in different layers of earth. They have they actually bear or they can observe the phenomena of interchange, in which let's suppose we can say igneous rocks can be converted into sedimentary rocks, sedimentary rock can be converted into metamorphic rock, and metamorphic rocks, when they are exposed to when they are actually exposed to external environment, or when they reach to the deeper layer of earth where the temperature and pressure is again high, they are once again melted down, and uh, so all this is a kind of process in which different types of rocks are actually interconverted. So we can say rock cycle is the process of conversion of different types of rocks. Mainly we are focusing on three types of rocks, that are igneous rocks, metamorphic, and sedimentary rocks. Among them, the sedimentary rocks are of much more concern because they are formed by the process that is having different types of fossil remains. So they are significant in terms of paleontology. They were important source of evidence. They are actually serving as important evidence, or they will serve as important clue for the past environment, past life, or past uh, different types of climatic conditions. So we can say the rock cycle is the process in which we will study about the process of conversion of these different of geological materials. There can be minerals, crystals, and their host rock types. They are cycled through various forms. The rocks are actually the kind of material that are made up of different types of minerals, crystals, sands, clay. So these materials are constantly undergoing the cycling event that involves their transformational process. It means the different constituents, the different parts of rocks, they are broken down. They can be actually converted into different types in a way that they can actually they can be converted into different types or different forms via different methods. So the process that is actually involved in the conversion of these rocks, that is depend on temperature, pressure, and time, and the changes that are taking place in environmental condition in the earth's crust and its surface. It means the process of rock cycle is a kind of process that is involving different types of physical parameters, and definitely these rocks are converted into definitely these rocks are actually converted from one type to another. They will be they will not be converted into one type is not converted into second type in a limited time, but this in fact they require a long time frame that will play important role in their conversion. So we can say the rock cycle is actually the type of cycle that is involving the conversion of different types of rocks. That is a long process. It does not happen. It does not occur. It does not happen. It does not occur in a. It does not happen, or it does not occur at uh, or we can simply we can say we cannot observe this process uh, at very in our age, but this process actually required a long time. So we can say the processes. So we can say the processes that are involved in the different types of the process that is actually involved in this process of conversion of different types of rocks actually involves the erosion. Different types of erosional processes are included in this process, and the erosional processes mostly include weathering that we have discussed in rock cycle as well. The main agent that is actually responsible for the weathering and tearing to the breakdown of different types of rocks, that is the erosional process. It's mean the erosional actually involve the weathering. The weathering can be of physical type or chemical type, and that can be a kind of mechanical force that actually that play important role in the breakdown of different types of rock materials that are made up of different types of minerals that can have different types of compositions. So the transport the material that are actually broken down from these all those site from they are broken and they later become deposited at some specific site. So we can say diagenesis is the actually the process that is actually the process in which different types of rocks are formed, and um, specifically the rocks that are formed by this weathering activity that are of much concern, that are sedimentary rocks. So diagenesis is a process that is involving the formation of sedimentary rocks by the compaction and natural cementation of grains or different types of crystallization from water or solutions or recrystallization. The conversion of sediment rock is termed as lithification. It means we can say we will discuss in our next diagram how these rocks are actually converted. So the different types of diagenetic processes, the processes that are involved in the formation of different types of rocks, they are actually involved in the formation of different types of rocks um, that that gradually lead towards the formation of sedimentary rocks. These sedimentary rocks or sedimentary components get compacted with passage of time. So the different types of phenomena will happen like crystallization, recrystallization, and gradually these material will get symmetry together, and this conversion process or simply we can say these broken material, when they become hardened, they will be designated as we can call them as they become lithified, or the term is actually known as lithification. It's become it's mean they are actually converted into stony composition or hard they are actually converted into hard masses. So in this rock cycle, you can simply observe the phenomena of conversion of different types of rocks. In this picture, we can see the rocks that are actually present at the Earth's surface. They are undergoing different types of processes. So by erosion and different types of depositional events, these the sediments that are actually buried uh, from the rocks that are actually present at the Earth's surface by different types of erosional phenomena, by different types of mechanical or chemical agencies that can be biogenic deposits, sedimentary. They are actually playing important. These sediments are actually playing important role in the formation of different types of sedimentary rocks. So these sedimentary rocks, when they will be formed. Mostly they are formed in different types of marine environments or marine deposits. When they are actually exposed to the earth surface, some of their portion become exposed to earth surface, and some remain buried beneath the deep earth layers. So we can say the sediments that are actually playing important role in the formation of that are actually the main constituent, main ingredient in diagenetic process, that is playing important role in formation of different types of sedimentary rocks, and the rocks that are actually present at earth surface very deep in the deeper layers of the earth. They are actually converted into metamorphic processes, and the metamorphic processes are actually the kind of kind of process in which under high temperature and pressure these rocks are converted into beautifully patterns that can be foliated and non-foliated. They can have several types. So as we have discussed in previous lecture, the basic rocks are the important rocks that are significant in terms of the earth history, or we can say in terms of paleontology, the most common and of much concern rocks that are actually the basic rocks, or that are primary rocks, that are igneous rocks. As we have an idea that these igneous rocks are actually formed from the cooling of magma, or lava, that actually come from the deeper parts of the earth. Magma that actually that actually outflows from the deeper layers of the earth. So the igneous rocks are actually the basic or primary rocks, and they when they actually come out, types of environment via different types of catastrophic events, that can be earthquake, that can be any environmental disturbance. They become hardened, they become cool, and they will be interconverted into different forms. So these arrow actually indicate that these igneous rocks are actually the type of rocks that are the basic rocks. From these rocks, the process of polymetamorphosis can act, and it will play important role in the formation of different types of metamorphic rocks. And these metamorphic rocks, they actually buried at the deeper layer of the earth. They can be when they have the phenomena of wear and tear, or when they are broken down, they can be converted into the rock type that are actually exposed to the earth's surface. And different types of erosional processes, different types of sediments are formed, and from these sediments the uh, rocks can be converted to sedimentary rocks. And these sedimentary rocks are actually the type of rocks that will contain different types of fossils. So these are all types of rocks are that are interconvertible, that they are going they actually observing the phenomena of interchanging. So one type of rock can be exposed to can be converted into another type of rock via different ways. So this was this was actually the rock cycle, in which one type of rock can be converted into another type. Next, what is actually the importance of different types of rocks? Rocks are very important to mankind, because they are actually one of the most best source for the fuel and power. So we can say we can simply say the rocks are actually the primary reservoir or primary sites for the hydrocarbons. So we can drive coal, petroleum, and even natural gas from the rocks. So the main focus of the rocks, why we actually studying different types of rocks, why we actually look for different types of rocks, strictly strictly dependent on different types of rocks, in a way that we drive different types of fossil fuels from these rocks. So rocks become of much concern, or of much more significant. So the minerals, the second important thing that is associated with rocks, and why we are actually studying rocks, that we are actually extracting different types of minerals from rocks. So this is also a significant significance of rocks, that we are extracting different types of minerals. Let's suppose we can say the salt, that is actually the most common mineral that is obtained from the different types of salt ranges that are present in different countries. So this is also very important, or we can say we are actually strictly dependent, or we can say the rocks can serve as important source for the human population, in a way that they are important source of hydrocarbon exploration, and they can be serve as important source for different types of minerals. Among them, we can say different types of rocks, and several other important significant minerals, and different types of crystals, important stones. So we can say the rocks that are actually the source of minerals, among them the gold, diamond, limestone, and petroleum. They are actually the type of materials that are most commonly obtained. They are a kind of expensive material that are obtained from these rocks. So we can say they are actually playing these minerals and these materials are playing very important role in the foreign exchange of the country, like petroleum, coal, and limestone. They are mostly commonly derived from the different types of sedimentary rocks. while the gold, diamond, and tin they are derived from the igneous and metamorphic rocks. This means we can say these igneous rocks, metamorphic rocks, and sedimentary rocks are significant, are important in terms of different types. In terms of derivation of different types of material. Let's suppose we are actually getting different types of hydrocarbons from sedimentary rocks. Most of the time they are specifically associated with sedimentary rocks. And why the different types of materials and minerals are actually associated with the sedimentary rocks in a way, because the sedimentary rocks are actually the reservoirs of different types of plants and animals. So the chances of formation of hydrocarbons actually increases, so they are of much concern in terms of fossil fuels exploration. So the rest of the rocks, the igneous rocks and metamorphic rocks that are formed under different types of geomorphological events, that so the metamorphic rocks become significant because of their beautiful pattern and because of the precious minerals they are actually containing. So the rocks are important source. Rocks are actually the type of source for human beings. So the sedimentary rocks like petroleum and coal are actually you have an idea that are they are actually the source of they are actually the best source that are utilized at local uh, fuel source, and the domestic and different types of industrial uses. Almost the sedimentary rocks become significant. So most of the time the microfossils, if you have an idea about microfossils, that microfossils are actually the kind of fossils that are abundant. They give us actually clue about different types of hydrocarbons that can be specifically present at sites. And the sedimentary rocks are the kind of rocks that are actually formed via different types of sediment deposition. It means the site where these microfossils will be abundant, mean we can say there will be the maximum chances of reservoirs of different types of um, different types of hydrocarbon. There can be coal, there can be natural gas, there can be petroleum, or any kind of product that we are obtaining from these. So the rocks and we can say the rocks that are like granite and sandstone are quarried, and they are used for road, bridges, and building constructions. Mean rocks are actually important, serving as important source of building of different types of materials. And the huge rock masses on the mountain, they can serve as the tourist centers. Olmec and Abitiba and Zuma Rock in Zulaj. These are actually the sites where the rocks are actually serving as uh, they are important in terms of aesthetic value, or they are actually serving as important tourist center. Some beautiful rocks such as marble, they can be polished as an ornament for decorating floor walls of the building, churches, and tombstones. It means we can say the rocks are of much more concern, or these are actually the type of rocks that has metamorphic rocks are the type of rocks that are important, that are significant in terms of house beautification. So marble, that is most commonly utilized material or mineral material that is obtained from metamorphic rocks, and they are preferable in a way because they bear some sort of beautiful patterns. So metamorphic rocks, after having different types of treatment, they are utilized for different purposes. So the metamorphic rocks are also significant important. It means igneous rock, sedimentary rocks, and metamorphic rocks, all these three rocks role in terms of um, these rocks are actually serving as the foundation for different types of human activities. Let's suppose sedimentary rocks are significant in terms of hydrocarbons. Metamorphic rocks are important in terms of uh, their in terms of beautification of our houses, and we have different purposes that are associated with these rocks. We are actually utilizing these rocks after their polishing, and after different types of treatments. They are utilized for different types of utensils are actually made from these. They are actually made up of marble. So they have actually, simply we can say, they are utilized via several ways for benefit of mankind. So rocks are significant and important. As I am discussing about the rock, The rock salt that can be a table salt such as sodium chloride that is obtained from the sedimentary rocks that provides mineral that is used in cooking. The and we have actually in Pakistan that is a famous salt range that is in Pakistan, and the salt mines are actually serving as important source for salt. So the from these salt mines we are actually getting what are these? These are actually the minerals that is uh, that is actually utilized. They are actually the kind of chemicals that are utilized for different types of purposes. So salt is an important ingredient. So we can say rocks are significant and important in terms of household management. The soil that is formed from the disintegration of rock is also important source of rocks because the most of the earth crust is actually formed from different types of rocks that is having different types of composition. That can be stone, that can be a stone, that can have pebble. The soil that is formed from the disintegration are the sediments of different types of rocks that is also derived from different types of rocks. In this term, um, rocks become significant, and the rocks are important source of different types of metals which are derived from the mines such as gold, iron, and aluminum. It means we can say these are actually the type of these are actually the some benefits of rocks. The rocks have much more than these because the rocks are actually the primary ingredient of this earth crust. They are because they are the kind of ingredient that is serving us, that are providing us base for our living. They are serving as important source in terms of different types of minerals, in terms of hydrocarbons. In simply we can say rocks are significant for mankind. So they are utilized for different types of purposes. So rocks are actually the significant factor that are playing important role in human population and human society. So if we once again we can have idea about general idea about rock cycle. The rock cycle is actually the type of cycle in which initially the initial agent that is actually responsible for the formation of all these three types of rocks, that is the magma. The magma that actually comes out by outflow from deeper layer of the earth, and from this magma that is actually undergoing different types of processes that can have slow or faster cooling rates, and different types of crystallization phenomena are actually observed. So we can the material that is actually obtained from these cooling processes that will result in the formation of different types of igneous rocks. Igneous rocks one thing that the type of rocks that will not bear any kind of fossil remain. And why these igneous rocks are not significant in terms of fossil remains? Because when these rocks are actually formed, they are actually having high temperature. Uh, if they have a kind of organic residue or organic material that is actually present, that will be melted down and that will become hardened into stony composition. So it become impossible for organism to so it become so it become impossible for an organism to be preserved in these rocks. So the igneous rocks are significant in terms of different types of minerals like dolomite, pyrite, quartz, mulvinite. These are actually the type of minerals that are specifically associated with igneous rocks, and from these minerals, and mostly they contain a kind of some radioactive materials that are associated with these igneous rocks. So these igneous rocks, when they harden, they cool down, they will they will have the phenomena of weathering or erosion. By weathering, erosion, and the different types of sediments are formed, and then they are deposited at different sites. So the different types of sediments that actually come out from these rocks by their wear and tear activity. So the sediments they can have different types of composition. These sediments will settle down, and the main agent that is actually playing important role in the transportation of these sediment is mostly the water or aquatic environment. Actually, the main facilitator of these sediment settlement. So the sediments are actually carried out via different ways or different agencies, and then they undergo different types of compaction and cementation activity. And by when these sediments are when these sediments are actually carried out via different types of aquatic environment, along with these sediments, along with the different types of material, different types of organisms, and different types of sediments, they are actually co-preserved. So the compaction and cementation event actually facilitate, actually play important role in the formation of different types of sedimentary rocks. So the sedimentary rocks are actually the kind of rocks that are of much concern in terms of fossil remains, because they are formed by the deposition of different types of sediments. So they have much more or higher chance of different types of they can have a chance of different types of fossil remains. So the weathering and erosion of these rocks can happen, and once again they can be converted into different types of sediments. So there are chances that these sedimentary rocks can once again have a chance of weathering and erosion, and they will again become disintegrated different types of sediments, and the sediments will again undergo the phenomena is repeated. And the process, this is actually the process in which the sedimentary rocks are formed from igneous rocks. They can be broken down and they are interchanged. So when these different types of sedimentary rocks by different types of geomorphological events, when they are subjected to different types of temperature treatments and pressure, they can be converted into metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rocks are actually the type of rocks that can be formed from these sedimentary rocks. So the sedimentary rocks are actually the type of rocks that will serve as a source for the formation of different types of metamorphic rocks. When the metamorphic rocks are formed, because they are formed at high temperature and pressure condition, so they will also become divided of different types of fossil remains. They can change the different types of shapes. So we can have a chance that we will have a beautiful patterns that can be foliated, or they can have, sometimes they can have some simple patterns. So the metamorphic rocks are formed. So these metamorphic rocks can again subjected to melting activity, and once again melting, when they get melted, they again converted into igneous rocks. And in this way the sedimentary rocks that were actually the source for formation of these metamorphic rocks, and the metamorphic rocks can also be formed from different types of igneous rocks as well. Igneous rocks are actually the rocks that are actually primary rocks, and these two are the rocks that are actually the derived rocks are they are the secondary rocks. So the secondary rocks, from these secondary rocks, the melting event and the heat and pressure once again convert these types of rocks into metamorphic rocks. So the process that was actually started from these the cooling of magma, that result in the formation of different types of igneous rocks, and from igneous rocks the sediments are actually broken down, and from these sediments the sedimentary rocks and metamorphic rocks are formed. This is actually the kind of cyclic event or in which all these different types of rocks are interconverted, or they are actually undergoing in different they are actually observing, showing us the phenomena of interchange. So all these rocks types constantly undergo the phenomena of interchange, or they undergo different types of transformation processes. So we can say the process of rock formation is not a constant event, rather it is a kind of event that is involving the constant formation and breakdown. So at one time the rock is in this state, igneous state, and then it can convert it into it can be converted into sedimentary rock, and from this it can be converted into metamorphic rock. But these all processes are not observable. These processes are actually not observed in uh, very limited or short time span, but rather they actually require, all these processes actually require the phenomena or process that will that is actually integrated with the event that involve the event that is actually having a long time framework is actually required for the conversion of one type of rock into another type of rock. So we can say the process of a rock cycle is a kind is a kind of process in which rocks of one type is converted into rock of another type, and that required long event. And why rocks are significant for human beings in a way that they are playing important roles in terms of different types of hydrocarbons, because most of the hydrocarbon sources are associated with sedimentary rocks, and the igneous rocks are significant in terms of different types of minerals and different types of metals. And the sedimentary rocks and the metamorphic rocks are important or significant because of their beautiful patterns. They are utilized as they are we human beings are actually utilizing these different types of rocks for beautification of our houses and different types of purposes. And the chemical and different types of material that are purposes they can have, we can say these rocks or materials are also significant or important in terms of medicinal value. These rocks can have different types of while they have different types of minerals that can be utilized in different types of industries. So the rocks can serve as important